It was a scene more outrageous than any of the spicy tales featured on the Graham Norton show as former Duchess Meghan Markle shockingly attempted to seduce beloved British game show host Bradley Walsh, only to be firmly rebuffed with his steadfast declaration, "Leave me alone, I'm married." According to multiple sources present at the taping of the classic ITV quiz program The Chase, the former Suits actress reportedly began aggressively flirting and propositioning Walsh behind the scenes almost immediately upon her arrival to the studio. While it remains unclear what sparked the brazen celebrity's amorous motivations, by all insider accounts Meghan was relentlessly pursuing an inappropriate tryst with the longtime Chase host, TV personality, and award-winning actor. "I still can't quite believe my own eyes over what I witnessed that day, the sheer audacity of it all." 1 second Brad's reviewing his script at the presenter's desk as affable as ever, practicing a few of those signature funny faces to keep things light, described veteran script supervisor Louise Pemberton, still visibly shaken by the events that unfolded. But no sooner had he dropped into one of his hilarious grimaces, that Meghan rushes over from the staging area wearing literal British knickers mind you, intercepting Bradley mid-joke and just seizing his face for an absolute wildcat snog right there on cruise floor. While many hot-blooded men might ponder briefly relishing such a salacious Duchess Delilah encounter, numerous staffers confirm Walsh remained true to his strong family values, abruptly shoving the unwanted royal temptress away while issuing an emphatic warning for her to cease the indecent advances at once. Witness testimony describes the bespectacled 62-year-old game show legend bellowing, "Bugger off you brazen hussy. I'm a married man for Chris sakes. Now leave me be before I give you a bloody cash builder question you'll never afford the chase on." Visibly unfazed by the frank scolding, several credible sources allege Meghan Markle proceeded to up the already brazen ante even further, slinking seductively around the host's podium while slowly stripping off articles of clothing until she was scantily clad in little more than a Union Jack thong and suggestively brandishing a provocative riding crop towards her stunned subject. "Come now, Bradley. You and I both know a night of indecent passion exploring the royal jewels represents a markedly greater potential experience than quaint British family life," the dominatrix Duchess reportedly purred with a lusty smolder while snapping the riding crop lasciviously against her taut bare thigh. "Ditch that fuddy-duddy wife so we can finally teach a real stud the depths of physical devotion and bondage among Windsors." In the face of such an unrelenting onslaught, even the usually cheeky Chase host could do little more than emit an outraged stream of trademark gibberish seemingly lost for words. Once more, however, the notoriously thirsty Meghan refused all polite put-downs. Eyewitnesses confirm she remained steadfast in her ridiculous seduction attempts, boldly flourishing newly revealed erogenous zones while languidly draping her gravity-defying body all over stunned Bradley in a series of provocative pin-up poses designed to appeal to even the most reserved Englishman's suppressed libido. "You silly man, of course I'm quite serious with my wanton ardor. Look into these vibrant bath-soaked cheam emeralds," Bradley divined the womanly depths of longing whelming within, longing to make an honest trader of exotic intimacies. Meghan is overheard murmuring before licking the length of her sultry torso from sternum to clavicle in extremely compromising wardrobe-adjoining fashion. With the already tense scene reaching peak uncomfortability, Walsh appeared to finally locate his ability to respond, immediately exploding into a furious paroxysm of outrage and enraged schoolmaster behavior not witnessed since his days as fictional PE instructor Dobbs on Pamela Anderson's racy Frenchie series. "For the love of Ashley Bloody Roberts, you raging American trollop, I want no part of your shameless harlotry. So button up that soiled coronet boiler lest I dispatch Sir David Theto properly thrash and trounce it post-haste." Walsh raged while involuntarily retreating further into his set. "I'm a married father and former professional footballer for Her Majesty's Brent United, not some degenerate lost boy fantasizing scandalous couplings with scheming seductress witches staining my family legacy's good name." By now, the Chase crew had of course noticed the wholly inappropriate chaos unfolding in the studio wings, with many unsettled staffers and showrunners beginning to quietly evacuate the premises as the flustered Bradley Walsh continued his angry tirade. "Oh, Harry knows precisely the depths your insatiable succubus loins savor for devouring husbands like some feral pagan sex wraith seeking revenge on all chivalry. Modern wedding vows clearly meaning less than Brookside Close's moral fiber to a wanton knickerless reprobate like you debasing my household values." According to assistant floor manager Toby Smithers, it was here the surreal tensions reached its inevitable boiling point as, that mad Meghan Trollop had the disdainful gall te undis down te a scarlet sheerletter blue drays total jasis book pleash j-size up in her filthy orange chips on them cloven hooves and shrill, alright then big Brad lad, but UNR how much this ginger milady fancies chasing chasers with a practical question. While details remain understandably incomplete considering the sheer unrestrained carnality being broached, many present at the time corroborate witnessing a neon pale flash across Bradley's inflamed face during this reported graphic pantomime before the respected host finally reached his limit. Walsh exploded one final time in a dramatic fury of apoplectic disgust, pivoting on his heels towards the studio exit. I'm a respectable Laura Watford lad who shan't roll in this cheap Sussex bint minge with those slovenly pits untamed or Samara Selkie parts wantonly disclosing about damning my progeny to live as official byblows. Son of the Jackanories. What's certain is those present report there was no uncertainty behind the famed presenter's parting words upon fleeing the situation, said in clear, hushed hallowed tones loud enough for all crew to hear. Leave me alone and stay far away from my family, you depraved little strumpet. I'm married to a lady. Indeed, sources close to the decades-long husband of choreographer Donna Derby Walsh claim the fiercely protective father and spouse immediately cancelled the day's slate of game tapings upon sprinting outside to call his horrified wife. Those same sources allege Donna broke down sobbing on the phone, begging Bradley to leave at once before arranging the couple's hasty flight out of London for parts unknown. In typical Duke and Duchess, or should I call Harry/Meghan fashion, sincerest apologies or explanations from the mercurial pair have been extremely limited in number since quitting their royal duties and embracing private life. Well-placed aides assert Bradley's wife is still utterly distraught over the ordeal with no end in sight to the family's trauma and self-imposed hiding. As for the unabashed flame teased herself, most reputable royal commentators simply remain flummoxed by Meghan's erratic behavior and where exactly her boundaries lie anymore. Crikey, I mean, what's a bloke expected to make of such gob-founding public transpires, clearly more ludicrous than the usual scuttlebutt over Snoggin, cousin Andy or whichever environmental toe the prince hopped on this week, lamented royal historian Nigel Salton Townsend addressing the ongoing spectacle. But for a duchess to stalk about tossing total next justers at crown-commissioned entertainment talents? Not since the great Princess Margaret upskirt mudflat griftings of Brighton 65 have our countrymen witnessed such downright doxy tinker minikin behavior. By all holies, one shudders imagining the real institutions targeted next once Meghan decides attempting upchucking Bradford's knighthood might really moisten her errant wiles. With no logical endgame apparently in sight from Meghan's outrageous behavior, many speculate she may have finally gone too far, perhaps permanently alienating any residual goodwill or sympathies remaining among the British public and abroad after her previous imbroglios and petulances in escaping royal responsibilities. Some domestic abuse counselors have even theorized this latest incident could factor into some damaged psychological complex of being desired yet shunned or abandoned at crucial developmental junctures. While those insights remain mere speculation for now, based on Bradley and Donna's devastated flight from London, it seems Walsh made his take abundantly clear already. The increasingly unbalanced Duchess has officially gone too far, corrupting the bonds of British identity and legacy. Blast it all, anyone wagering Donna won't finally secure operations for turning hubby Brad right around on that bloody mental case arselicking schemers probably learned sod all from these latest gasconades, concluded longtime TV critic Peter Hoskins emphatically. Old Walsh bloodline's been steadying ship for centuries while delicate holies squirm nipping at this gilded scepter too much. Suffice it to guess when that brash imperial guttersnipe comes waggling diamond stutters next, our consummate Watford's got something wickedly wise cocked and squinted should she so much as dare.